And Fabric has been releasing new updates to Claude at an insane speed. Over 70 new product releases in about 50 days. And in this video, I'm going to show you which ones you have to know about if you're running a small law firm and you want to stay relevant. Today, we're going to cover 3 of those updates, and that is computer use, allowing Claude to take control of your computer and interact with your desktop like a human would. The second one is tasks. This is where you can have Claude run scheduled tasks, meaning it's going to do something at a specific time every single day. And the last one is the million token context window. So I'm going to show you how you can handle really large amounts of documents, how we can pass it into Claude and have Claude work with that now and actually be a lot more functional because of that 1 million token context window. Let's dive into computer use. Computer use basically lets Claude control your computer, take screenshots, examine the computer. And computer use is really powerful when used in conjunction with Chrome tools. So Claude also has access to a Chrome browser where it can go and take actions on that Chrome browser. And I just want to show you a quick example of a prompt that I gave to Claude and how it went through and executed that using computer use and using the Claude and Chrome connection as well. So I basically told it to use computer use to go to the LA Court website and then create a Google Sheet by scraping certain data from the LA Court website. And we have the full steps here of what I told it to do. This is really useful because a lot of these websites, as you guys will know, do not have good APIs. So there's no way for you to connect or integrate with it. The only way to get the information from these websites a lot of times is to go to the website, click around on the website, search, and take the information manually from the website. But now we can offload that to Claude. So I went and told it what I needed it to do on the site. And then over here on the right-hand side, I can see all the actions that it took in order to do that. So if I come all the way to the bottom, there we go. So we see it first navigating to the website, taking screenshots here to navigate to the website. Then it navigates to the tentative rulings page. It finds the tentative rulings, and then we have it extract certain information from each one. And we basically wanted it to grab that information and put it in a Google Sheet, right? So we can see it here, clicking through, going to the right page, figuring out what to do, searching on the page manually, clicking through, and then at the end, it goes through and it creates a Google Sheet for us and adds all the information to that Google Sheet. And so this was all done by Claude using my browser. And if I go over to my Google Sheet, I can see this Google Sheet here was created completely by Claude from end to end. This is where Claude Computer Use and Claude and Chrome is going to be really useful because all these sites that don't have APIs, you can now just have Claude use your browser to click through, grab whatever information you need, and then store that information for you in a Google Sheet or wherever else you want it to be stored. And now schedule tasks. This is where we have Claude do something for us every single day at a specific time, right? Something that I know a lot of people have been wanting is to have Claude sort of read and categorize emails for you and give you a daily report of what emails you've gotten, what's important, what requires your actions, what doesn't. That's really, really easy to set up in Cowork. So 2 things you'll need to do that and get that set up as a scheduled task. First of all, you'll come over to the customize section on the left-hand side, come into connectors. And then if you don't have Gmail connected yet, you just want to select the Gmail connector and make sure you connect it. Once it's connected, you can say something really basic like use the Gmail connector and prioritize the emails that I've gotten and what I should pay attention to, right? Then from there, we have the emails here that it's given me the report on my emails. And then once it gives me that report on the emails, then I can use this /schedule and turn this into a scheduled task. So I just tell it to turn this into a scheduled task that runs every morning at 6 a.m. Eastern time. It goes through, creates that scheduled task for me. And I can see now in the scheduled task, I have the daily email briefing that will run, summarize and prioritize my Gmail inbox for the past 24 hours every single day at 6 a.m. Eastern time. And so I have the instructions here. If I wanted to edit them, I could edit them. If I wanted to edit the frequency as well, I could edit the frequency. And these are scheduled tasks. It's that easy to create scheduled tasks. And it's that easy to have AI summarize your inbox every single morning for you. The last thing I want to show you guys is the power of a million token context window. So just to show you how much data and information can actually fit in a million token context window, I have this case file here with almost 100 case documents in it, all of varying sizes. So some of them might be 5 pages, 10 pages, etc., right? All these different documents in this case file. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to open Claude Code and have Claude Code create a dashboard for us based on the information that's in this case file. So I'll go here, I'll right click on this folder and click New Terminal tab at folder. And then I'm just going to write in my terminal Claude dangerously skip permissions, and I'm going to paste a prompt for Claude to generate the dashboard for us based on all the cases, all the case document information that's in this folder. And we can see it going ahead and reading all these documents and reading them all systematically, right? Going through and reading all these documents. And so this is the million token context window, which we should be able to see here, right here, 1 million context. Is really powerful because it's going to be able to have a better holistic understanding of what you're asking it to do. It can handle larger prompts, and it can handle more documents in its window, in its context window at the same time. Really quick, if you are the owner of a boutique law firm and you want help building out AI automations like these, or incorporating tools like Claude Cowork into your daily workflow, there's a link you can click on in the description to see how I can help you out with that. And so once this is done running, as we can see here, it's gone through, it's created a case dashboard, it's created a task list with immediate priorities, and a JSON, which is just a way of structuring data for the case. Now, if I come into the file now, I can see here the case dashboard, the JSON, the structured data, and the task list is here. If I open up the dashboard, I can see here what it's been able to do. I have the summary here that I was able to pull from all of the data that we have in that folder, all the important numbers we have here, liability analysis, the chronologies here, right, day by day. But these are the kinds of things that you can do with a million token context window. You can generate dashboards like these where you've gone over almost 100 documents, maybe close to 1,000 pages of documents, and you're able to generate something that can visualize it all for you. So bills and damages, etc., etc. This probably took, let's see how long it took. This took 11 minutes and 30 seconds for Claude to go through, read everything, and also give us the final output of the dashboard. And the last thing I want to talk about is just when to use which tools. So computer use here, we have for clicking buttons, for navigating apps. It's mainly for things that don't have a good APIs or integrations. If you don't have a good integration with the platform, for example, pulling data from a specific court, a lot of times those courts don't have good APIs, they don't have integrations. This is where you can use computer use to go and actually grab that data for you. Schedule tasks, daily reports, summaries, automating follow-ups, anything that needs to happen on a consistent schedule, whether it's a weekly report or daily report. If you know what needs to happen on a consistent schedule, you want to look at schedule tasks. If someone's doing the same thing every single day at the same time, probably a schedule task. And the million token context window, this is where you can get a little bit more creative, where we can have AI picking out details from enormous amounts of data and aggregating that and summarizing that for us. And my last piece of advice for this video is, if you are hesitant about using Cowork with client data, so you want to start using Cowork, but you're not sure about the privacy, all that kind of stuff, while you read up on it, I would encourage you to have Cowork generate fake documents for you to test and play around with it. So for example, I use this prompt here to generate a large synthetic case file so that you can start practicing with these tools as you're figuring out the privacy concerns and constraints. So Cowork's going to do a really good job of generating synthetic documents for you to test around, to test with, and I would encourage you to do that just so that you don't get left behind as these tools progress. So these are some of the most relevant Claude updates, especially if you're running a law firm. It is important to know about that 1 million token context window, how to schedule tasks, and also the new feature computer use, because obviously a lot of law firms are using older legacy systems that don't have APIs, and so computer use is going to be really useful for you guys. As always, if you like the video, make sure to leave a thumbs up, leave a comment, let me know what other types of things you want to see. If you want to see more Claude content, if you want to see more technical content, if you want to see AI agent content, let me know in the comments, and also subscribe and turn on post notifications so you don't miss any more videos like these. Thank you guys a ton for watching, and hope you have an amazing rest of your day.